A very good evening to all of you, my dear kids. I am Manisha Das on behalf of Tuition family. Welcome you all to today's class. Let me remind you that our Tuition family is providing quality education for your better tomorrow. So don't forget to be a part of our family, okay? So my dear class 10 students, today we are going to discuss about plant hormones, okay? This is from your chapter Control and Coordination, okay? So as in the previous part, as we have discussed how plants react, how plants give their response, and because of these hormones, right? So about these hormones we are going to discuss today. So let's move ahead. So in today's part, what we are going to discuss? We are going to discuss the chemical coordination in plants and the plant hormones, types of plant hormones and their function, right? See, in plants we see certain changes like the leaves fall from the trees and the ripening of fruits, and these things are controlled by this chemical coordination, which is with the help of these hormones, okay, about which we are going to discuss today. So let's get started. First thing is chemical coordination in plants. So basically, what is chemical coordination? It occurs in plants with the help of fluid secreted in plants. Okay, this chemical coordination is it takes place inside the plant with the help of certain chemical fluid, which are called as plant hormones, or the other name is phytohormones, right? So the plant hormones are of two types. The plant hormones are of two types. One is growth promoter, which will help them to grow, and one is growth inhibitor, which will suppress the growth. Okay. So the plant promoters are auxins, cytokinins and gibberellins, right? But the growth inhibitors are ethylene, abscisic acid, about which we will be discussing about their functions, right? So let's move ahead. Auxins. Okay, what are auxins? They are synthesized at the shoot tip. Okay, they are at the tip portions, shoot tip, and helps the cells to grow longer, as we know that shoots grow longer, right? They are at the shoot tip and they help in the growth of the cells. And what is their function? It promotes elongation and growth of stem and roots. Okay, it helps in the elongation, it increases the length and growth of stem and roots, and promotes cell division. How this length will grow? By the cell division process, and it helps in root initiation in cutting. After cutting a tree, cutting is a process, it takes place inside the process tissue culture. Okay, we do this cutting in tissue culture. So there it helps in the root growing. Okay, and it causes apical dominance. It means apical portion, tip portion used to grow, and it used in parthenocarpy. My dear kids, parthenocarpy is the process in which without fertilization fruit formation is there. Okay, and abscission, natural detachment of parts of a plant में कौन सा part fall होता है? Like in cherry blossom, the cherry leaves, okay, leaves used to fall. So these auxins help in this process. Okay, now next is gibberellins. Wait, what are gibberellins? Okay, they stimulate stem elongation and leaf explanation. See, you can see stem elongation. You can see in this GIF, it will help in the stem elongation as in sugarcane, and leaf expansion. The growth of leaves also takes place with the help of gibberellins. Okay, see the stem is growing here. Can you see? Stem is elongated. Okay. So now what is its function? Used in elongation and genetically dwarf varieties of plants such as corn and pea, because it helps in their elongation of the stem and helps in breaking seed dormancy. If the seed is not growing, it means it is in dormant, inactive stage. As there is no favorable condition, it will help it to grow. And helps in seed germination, promotes flowering in some plants even under unfavorable condition. If there is unfavorable condition also, it will help it to flower. Gibberellins along with auxin control fruit growth and development. Auxins and gibberellin will together help in the growth of a fruit, right? Yes. Now next comes cytokinins. This group of hormones mostly act in conjunction with auxins. Okay, and the ratio of cytokinins to auxins controls cell differentiation. Okay, so these two, auxins and cytokinins, they together they controls the cell differentiation. And what is its function? It promotes cell division because they are growth promoters. Okay, and it helps in secondary growth. It means it will encourage the growth in thickness, right? And suppresses apical dominance, and can see apical means growth in length. Okay, but it inhibits the, okay, what does it help? It promotes the secondary growth. It will help in the growth in thickness rather promoting the, yes, apical dominance, and can retard or delay aging in plants. Okay, it used to delay the aging in plants. Next is ethylene. Okay, it is this hormone is a growth inhibitor. Okay, it controls the growth. It is the only gaseous natural phytohormone. So it's natural. Naturally it is present in gaseous form, right? Others are not in gaseous form. And high concentration of auxin induces ethylene formation. Okay, so if the concentration of auxin is higher, ethylene will start producing. See, can you see in this picture the cherries are ripening? It means they helps in ripening of fruits. Okay, see, it promotes ripening. So the strawberries are turning red. It means they are ripening with the help of this, and accelerates abscission of leaves, flowers and fruits. As we have studied, see, the flowers and the leaves used to fall and they will accelerate and causes aging. Okay, so they used to promote the aging and inhibits stem elongation and stimulates transverse expansion so that stem looks swollen. So that it used to swollen the stem. Next is abscisic acid. This hormone is also a growth inhibitor. Okay, it functions against auxin and zevalin because they are growth promoter. So this abscisic acid will act against them. So what is its function? It inhibits growth, increase seed and bud dormancy because it will suppress, right, and reduces transpiration by closing stomata under water stress condition. So what will it will close the stomata, which is called as stress hormone, and stimulates formation of abscission zone. Okay, and causes senescence. See, you can see it causes aging, right? So I think you have understood all the function of these hormones. So now quotes part, if we are growing, we are always going to be out of our comfort zone. So whenever we are growing means we are developing ourselves, okay, and we are out of our comfort zone. So my dear kids, at last I would like to request to be a part of our eTuition family. Don't forget to watch, like, share and subscribe to our channel. Till then, stay safe, stay happy and happy reading.